You're tuning into Black and White Sports on YouTube. The no-holds-barred truth on sports. The main event starts now.
All right, Black and White Sports, we're going to talk about the punt god. Former Buffalo Bills punter Matt Araiza, a guy that was arguably the greatest punter of all time coming out of the NC2A. He was called the punt god because, well, he was launching 80-yard punts. He was drafted by the Buffalo Bills, and frankly, you don't see that many punters get drafted. That's how good he was. And he was preparing for his season when he was accused of rape in a setting involving other guys at a I believe it was a Halloween party or some kind of party of that nature. Nonetheless, the story caught fire and hit the news cycle everywhere. And what has since happened is Believe All Women has totally backfired again, by the way. Totally backfired again. Anybody remember this interview? This was CBS of the accuser in the dark, shadowed out, talking about her traumatic experience. By the way, all this was led to a lawsuit against Matt Araiza after, well, criminal investigation took place and grand jury decided not to indict him on criminal charges. And this all smelled to high hell to begin with. So the Buffalo Bills cut him, and he can't get another job, it seems like. I mean, there was a report that the Eagles were going to work him out. That was 3 months ago. And then they come out and said they are not going to work him out. The Jets did work him out way back in May. He still can't get a job. Well, guess what? The accuser, who I believe Matt Araiza and he has come out and said they plan to seek legal action against her, she has now dropped her civil suit against the former Bills punter. This kid is, at this point, totally innocent, guys. He did nothing. And he cannot get a job in the NFL. I mean, it's ridiculous that like the Eagles would talk about working this guy out as a punter and then back off. And I would guess it was because of blowback. I mean, didn't you once get Michael Vick a job? I mean, I'm just wondering. Accuser drops civil suit against former Bills punter Matt Araiza. This guy, there's no way he shouldn't be in the NFL. He's going to literally end up having to go to whatever the XFL/USFL is going to be. My guess. The woman, this is Breitbart, the woman who initially accused former Bills punter Matt Araiza of sexual assault has dropped her civil suit against him. The accusations, which resulted in Araiza being cut from the Bills, will be dismissed, and Ariza's counter-defamation claims against his accuser will be dropped. Wow. So I guess he will no longer be suing them. A woman who initially alleged she was sexually assaulted by Matt Araiza has dropped her civil suit against the former NFL punter. Araiza is making no monetary payment. He reserves the right to sue the woman's attorney. Okay, he is keeping that right. But will drop his own defamation suit against the woman. I hate to hear that. My gut feeling is, and I'm sure he's probably realizing, he's not going to be able to get any kind of real justice out of her. I'm sure she probably doesn't have any money. So, I'm sure his legal team probably said, this is going to go nowhere. I still don't know if I would have dropped it. I still don't know that. The win is bittersweet, Araiza's attorney told Yahoo's Dan Wetzel. Matt has been forced to defend himself for the last 16 months. It's been that long, folks. Against the false accusations and a campaign to ruin his career in the NFL. He will never get this time in his life back. He should have been in the NFL this whole time. Araiza was a prize punting prospect known as a punt god that was drafted in the 6th round of the 2022 draft. He then had his career completely derailed before it ever began by rape allegations that were never proven. If the NFL chooses to not allow him back in the league, even though he has done nothing wrong, Ariza should consider suing the league and his accuser's attorney. Absolutely. If it looks like he's being blackballed for something that is officially a non-starter and a non-issue, yeah, he should. Look, you know, if Colin Kaepernick can glance at the NFL for lawsuits, why can't Matt Ariza? Because it looks like he's being blackballed. That's what it looks like. The person who accused him of the crime cannot repay him the financial loss of what she cost him, nor can she give him back the playing years she took from him. The least the NFL could do is allow an innocent man to do what he loves. And I am almost willing to wager, and in fact, I am almost willing to wager, I wonder if there was any blowback with the Eagles going to work this guy out. Let's see. Tells me even though the charges against him were dismissed, Dom's team probably isn't comfortable with the risk versus reward. I mean, that's crazy. You know? That's crazy. I thought he was found not guilty. Plus, she lied about her age and the blah, blah, blah. Yeah, I mean, there you go. Why not? So, actually, the Eagles caught a little flack for deciding not to give this guy another chance. And so now everybody should be looking at Roger Goodell in the NFL. If Roger Goodell can do things like call up Jeff Fisher and say, hey, why don't you draft Michael Sam? We don't want him to go undrafted in this NFL draft, so why don't you draft him in the 6th round or whatever it was? And Jeff Fisher, I think he was with the Rams at the time, hooked him up. You mean to tell me that Roger Goodell can't take 10 minutes and get on a conference call with all the league owners and going, you know, this guy's innocent now. We think he probably deserves a tryout back on a team. Officially, there's nothing against him. There's no civil lawsuit. There's nothing. He's an innocent guy that was drafted in the 2022 draft that now needs a job. I mean, you know, the Buffalo Bills, they cut him. It's a tough time of the year to be looking for a job if you're a punter. And now he's got to sit back and you know, you don't want to root for an injury in the NFL. But that may be his avenue back. Or, like I said a minute ago, I think they're talking about calling it the UFL. Maybe the UFL and then the NFL. There's no way this guy should have to jump through all these hoops to get a job, get his job back that he wrongfully lost. It's ridiculous. Tell me what you think, Black and White Sports supporters. Get this man a job. Peace. I'm out. Till next time.
Thanks for watching the show. Be sure to like, comment, and subscribe. Be sure to tune in next time on Black and White Sports.